Hi, this is Dan with We the People Prepping. Today I would like to talk to you about artificial intelligence and how it will help those that be in power to control your life. AI has become extremely advanced in the last 10 years or so. A lot of people really don't understand the concept of how AI can help to control your life. Uh, Back about a decade ago now, Google came out with a program that played the game Go, which is a ancient Chinese war game. It's a very difficult game. It has infinite possibilities of how to win, infinite moves. This is the hardest game ever created by man. Okay, now, this program was created to learn as it goes. Even when it's not playing, it would still be running scenarios as to how to win the game. Well, Google challenged the world's top Go players. Okay, and uh, the program basically only lost maybe a couple of games before nobody was able to beat it. It progressively learned as it went along. It it created moves that people hadn't even thought of because it was able to run through all these different scenarios. Now, like I said, this is the hardest game ever created by man. Uh, and there's only a handful of people in the world that can play it to that level. Um, Now, AI has made advances since then. I was watching a commercial actually here recently where they were talking about how the AI on your phone would your phone would be able to tell what kind of mood you're in. It would, by the tone of your voice. Okay, that's a pretty advanced level of artificial intelligence. Uh, to be able to determine what your mood is just by listening to your voice when you talk to on the phone or said hey Google or whatever. Even your Alexa would be able to do this. Um, Now a lot of people don't understand how it will help the government to take more control over their lives. But if you stop and think about it for a minute, okay, AI is everywhere. Our phones have AI integrated into them. The new smart TVs have webcams and microphones, and they actually have AI built into them. Your Google Home, your Alexa, they have an AI as well. They learn your patterns and your voice and all of that. Okay, now uh, a lot of if you go out on the streets driving down the highway, you'll see cameras on the side of the road. They are ran off of AI. Okay, there's facial recognition, there's voice recognition. Now, okay, imagine you uh, you going down the road in your own car, and you're supposed to be under lockdown. The camera on the side of the interstate sees you. Okay, and it's determined that you weren't running an essential errand or whatever, because they track you on all the different cameras and see where you've gone, and they see that you've gone to somebody's home, to visit or whatever, and they listen in on the conversation in that person's home. It sound a little far-fetched? Not really. AI has gotten that advanced over the last 10, 15 years. Okay, people ask me all the time, well, this mask mandate that they're wanting, how are they going to be able to enforce it? Because, they're wanting you to even start wearing a mask in your home. Okay, which I think is totally ridiculous. But, they're like, how are they going to tell that I'm not wearing a mask in my home? You have a security system? Maybe. Do you have Google Alexa or Home or whatever? Uh, okay, think about it. If your phone can tell what your mood is by the sound of your voice, do you not think that they would be able to tell whether or not you're wearing a mask by the sound of your voice? They would know what your voice sounds like normal and what it would sound like muffled, which your voice would be muffled through the mask. Okay, so they would know whether or not you've got a mask on. Now, how they would enforce that, I'm not sure. I mean, they may do like traffic cams and send you a ticket through the mail for not wearing a mask. I'm not really sure how they would go about all that. But my point is, AI has become a regular part of our lives. I'm a truck driver, and a lot of the systems in my truck now are all computer controlled. I have a camera that watches me as I drive, and it also watches the traffic in front of me. My truck it has a radar on the front of it. Okay, I can tell how fast the person in front of me is going by a readout on my dash because of that radar. If I get too close, the truck will start telling me to brake. If I don't start braking, the truck starts braking for me. Okay, it'll let me know if there's a car on the side of me most of the time. It still has some flaws, but if I turn my signal on to change lanes, if there's a car beside me, I start getting a beeping going off, and a red light out of the corner of my eye will be flashing over on the passenger side. Okay, AI has become extremely advanced. There's no aspect of our life really that doesn't have some sort of AI interaction. China, for instance, has done away with the monetary system. They have gone to a cashless society. The AI over there will okay, say you go to the bank in China to get a loan. Okay, you type in just a few bits of information, your name and address and so forth. Now, you have to look at a camera, and the camera scans your face, and within 15-20 seconds, it determines whether or not you are a good risk for that loan. And it will either approve your loan or deny your loan just that quick. I mean, it's almost instantaneous. A lot of the restaurants over there, they don't have to even produce a card or anything. They have a scanner that scans your face. Your face is in the central computer system, and they will deduct the money for your meal out of your account off of your face. Don't believe me? Look it up. It's all out there. Okay? You just have to do a little bit of research. AI is taking over. They're predicting within the next 5 years that they'll have trucks that totally drive themselves. Right now, okay, they're running a test program. Automated trucks, no driver, are being driven from California to Arizona, and they will drive from exit to exit. Now, they haven't quite mastered getting the trucks to drive through town, but on the interstates, the trucks are driving themselves. Okay, they haven't mastered getting the trucks to back into a dock on their own yet. Give them a little time. It's coming. They're basically wanting to make truck drivers a thing of the past, which would essentially put me out of a job and millions of other people around the world out of work. Because if a truck can drive itself, it doesn't need a rest break. You know, it can keep going and going. It'll pull up to a fuel aisle and somebody will have to come out and fuel it up, and it'll be on its way again. All of this sounds like something from a futuristic movie, but in reality, it is a current reality. AI is everywhere. A friend of mine, we had a little bet going about it, and so we took our phones, laid them down, just We didn't totally power them off, but we laid them down, and we would have a discussion about something that was just totally out there. I mean, something that we would never use in our everyday lives. Okay? We never did any searches for it on the internet. We never, posted anything on social media about it or nothing like that. This was just a little experiment we were running. We would talk about this subject between ourselves while in the same room with our phones. Before you knew it, within a few days, we started getting ads on our social media for the very subject that we were talking about. Even though we'd never searched for it, we'd never posted anything about it on social media or anything like that. So your phone is always listening. My phone, Google has this thing that they will, every month they'll tell you through their Google Map system, they'll send you an email letting you know what cities you visited, how long you were there, what route you took, all that kind of stuff. Now, I don't like anything tracking me, but it happens. I turn off the GPS on my phone, okay, and I left it off for the entire month. At the end of the month, I still got that email, and it still showed each and every place that I'd been, okay, showed how long I was there, what route I took, all of that, okay. How is it that happened? My GPS was turned off on my phone. My location was turned off. See, they can still use it because it's part of your phone. They can turn it on and off. They have back doors to these things. My truck is constantly being tracked anyhow. It has a GPS tracking system on it, so they know where I'm at, how long my motor's running, all that kind of stuff. I mean, they know everything that I do day and night. Now, of a night, I have to close the curtains and block the view of the camera because I don't know if they're going to record me in the back of the truck asleep or what. It's a very unnerving feeling to know that you're constantly being watched. Now, I know because I got the camera right in front of me, but a lot of people don't realize that they're constantly being watched anyhow. Your phone, when you're doing Facebook chat or whatever the hell you're doing, all that's being recorded. It's not just a conversation between you and somebody else. So be careful what you're doing while you got your phone out. Be careful what you're doing in front of your own TV sets anymore, because like I said, a lot of the newer models have a camera and a microphone. They're going to be recording you. All right. If you have a home security system, you don't think that they're going to be able to see what you're doing. They can hack into that. We've given up the rights to privacy. I mean, under the Patriot Act, a lot of our privacies went out the window. We gave up so much in the name of safety. Okay, we've given up liberty for safety. I didn't want to give up any liberties to be safe. I would rather have my liberties than to be, safe. I mean, that's the thing about freedom. Freedom is the fact that you can do things that aren't necessarily safe. Okay? Without being told, oh, you can't do that, you can't do this. The government can come in and claim that you're a terrorist, throw you in jail, and hold you indefinitely without trial under the Patriot Act. They collect your data from your phone. They're constantly spying on you now. Don't believe me, it's all out there. All you got to do is do a little digging, do some research. But this is Dan with We the People Prepping. I hope that you've enjoyed this video.
A new message has arrived.
Sorry about that. That was my computer on the truck. But I hope you've enjoyed this message. If you have, please hit the subscribe button and give me the thumbs up or a thumbs down. It doesn't really matter. It's all part of the algorithm. If you find this on Rumble, give me a rumble. But this is Dan with We the People Prepping. I wish each and every one of you a good day and a good evening.